Hello, everyone. I will be talking about SEL strategies, and my name is Dominic. Okay, so what are strategies looking like? Well, they're interactive, they can be partner building, they are social games, and most importantly, and probably the obvious, they're learning about our emotions, how children can control them, as well as how they can adapt while they're in the heat of the moment and need um, physically or mentally some help. So one of them is personal journals. So let's say, for an example, we use to this one. So today, my goal is to blank in this class. I'm struggling with blank at the moment, and I know I could do better at blank. So this obviously can be done in the beginning of the class, so that way, it allows the students to prepare mentally what they are getting into, but also allowing them to um, calm their bodies and their minds. And then for the students for this category, I would definitely put through 4th through 12th. As young as the fourth graders are capable of understanding, and then all the way to seniors in high school. So the second one is student responsibility. So reflect after class is over. Allow 5 to 10 minutes. So at the end of class, just allow some overall reflection on topics that were hard or challenging. So this could be done in partners or groups, a whole class group setting, just calling out students. And how did your students address the challenges, or if they didn't, why? So if there was students that are raising their hands that were struggling, but they didn't ask anything up until the end of class. Just kind of bringing that conversation on, why did they wait so long? They're not in trouble, but it's just more of a communication. And then the students that I said, this would be beneficial from 6 to 12. So just around that middle school age where they can identify and adapt to their emotions all the way to the seniors. So the next one is student kindness. So being kind as a teacher will reflect to your students, you do the same. So if you are kind to them, they will in return be kind to you. That's probably an obvious one. And another idea you can do is walk around the room and we can point out positive behaviors. So and for this, I put this should be done in all grades. So even from the young ones in kindergarten all the way to our seniors, students, or just in general sense, humans just thrive off positive behavior, even if it's a little one. For the kindergartners, just identifying what their name looks like, or all the way up to the seniors, giving them that praise that they were able to identify in the main passage character, all that stuff that might be simple or little to others, just pointing out to them may boost up the morale. So number 4, working with partners. So working with partners helps kids to learn to cooperate and build community in their classroom. So once again, I think this should be done or all grades, but more concentrated, importantly, from the first through fifth graders, as they are still learning social cues, that social aspect on when to know if they're pushing someone too hard mentally, when to pull back. And then this can be done anytime throughout class. So partner work, um, literally anything you can think of. If they're in first grade math, having them practice their ones and twos, multiplications to each other, or addition, whatever they may be working on. So that way they are talking, they are helping each other in any way, and then that way they are also the main part, socializing together. So number 5, reflective area. So give your students time to free write in their journals, put on quiet music, dim the lights, make writing time a quiet, soothing break from busyness that your students can look forward to. So I did put this can be done in the beginning or end of class. Just how um, how and when your class is laid out. So I would be doing this in the beginning class if I had third grade right after lunch. They're all rowdy. They just got back from lunch recess, all that stuff. This would be a great opportunity for them to just kind of settle their mind, settle their bodies, and just do right. At the end of class, this could be more towards the end of the day. So for the older grades, definitely having them just kind of reflect on, what happened today, how could I, how could they have been better? So reflects like that. And I did put fifth through eighth, so just around that middle school, early high school days. This would be exceptional for them. So number six, decision making. Include children in your own decision. Ask them for your advice. You could use, I'm trying to decide whether to take up rowing or do yoga class to increase my level of fitness activity. Which one do you think I do? Then go over the pros and cons of each suggestion so that your child can learn how to thoroughly consider different options to then be able to make an informed decision. So this can be done relating back to material. I put the high school grades because, let's say, for example, we're talking about math and bringing math in a lot into this. Having them know that they will have to learn geometry and trigonometry. At what point they're going to do it is totally up to them. There's pros and cons. You have to learn geometry first before you go to trigonometry. And just having that discussion, then they can just obviously make a decision that geometry is obviously going to be our first step before we get to point A. So yeah, high school kids, students, this would be great for. And then obviously in the beginning class, so that way you have an idea what you're going to be teaching, but obviously come prepared for all scenarios. So calm down area, set up an area in the classroom where students can reflect by themselves in a calming environment. Any students need a break. This would be more focused on the younger ones, the first through fifth graders. Just they're not yet capable of calming their mind, calming their bodies, and they may not know how to take deep breaths when they're upset. There may be more factors going on. So having this calm down area in these early stages could be crucial to their overall development. Talk time. Bouncing ideas off one another or figuring out problems with a little give and take will help your students build understanding and confidence. When your class is cracking up and getting wiggly, take a 5-minute chat break is a great way to hit the reset button. So obviously this can be done throughout any time throughout class. And more aimed through the 5th through 8th grade, so the middle school. Obviously, if they're just getting too rowdy, they're just losing a lot of focus. The material that you're attempting to teach is not getting to them. This would be a good time to just kind of reset, allow them to talk, maybe take them outside, have them run around, come back inside, and just kind of reset their bodies. More so that. So conflict with peers. Peer meditation is a problem-solving process that helps students involved in a dispute, meet in a private, safe, and confidential setting to work out problems with the help of student meditator. So throughout class, whenever situations arise. So this is obviously when things will eventually escalate, but we want to eliminate that factor before it becomes physical between two students. So this would be a great time. Those two students come together and someone that was not involved as the mediator to kind of calm the focus. Everyone can talk their sides in a safe place. That's probably outside of the classroom or with another teacher. And then this would be great for that 6th through 12th grade. So obviously those early middle school days where they're still learning about their body, learning about their emotions, all the way up to the seniors that are probably more confident in talking out I am self-portraits. So reflecting on what makes Them special enhances children's self awareness. Ask your students to make a list of the character traits that make them unique, traits they are proud of. Next, have them draw the outline of the profile of their face, and inside of that outline, have them write out their powerful statements. So, this would be great in the beginning class, but not only that, probably in the beginning of the year. So that way, from the start, they are able to identify themselves, have that self-awareness of what they're good at, what makes them them, what makes me me, what am I funny, am I outgoing, am I quiet. This is just a great way to express themselves to you, also for you to kind of get idea how they are, who needs support, all that good stuff. So this would be aimed more for fourth through eighth grade. The fourth graders, I think, are just at that age where their bodies are starting to change. So lots going through their mind, a lot of emotions. So for them to start it at that age would be great, all the way up to the eighth graders. Thank you.